What's up, folks? We are back after a long break with some more 1v1s. It's gonna be a PvT between the blue Protoss, Mr. Timbo Slice, and an old familiar face, the red Terran. He has been gone for several months, but he is back with a vengeance. It is B-Breed. Now, it is worth mentioning that B-Breed, again, has not been playing for the past few months, so undoubtedly can be very rusty. These are new maps he is not familiar with, so expect him to be at a bit of a disadvantage right now. However, his opponent, Timbo, is not really a Protoss player. He has been playing Protoss a little bit on the ladder here and there, but let's be honest, not his main race, not that great at it. So, don't know really what to expect. Might be an even match. We'll have to see how this turns out. So it's going to be a best of 3. Anyways, on to the builds. Looks like Timbo going for the low ground, wall off. I'm going to be getting his Nexus relatively shortly here. There it goes. And B-Breed also going for a low ground kind of wall here. Going to be getting a Reaper, which will be popping out in about 15 or so seconds. Now Timbo, Cybernetics Core not done yet. He's going to need to chrono boost that Stalker, or else he might lose a bunch of probes. And there's that Cybernetics Core, but no Stalker. There's a Stalker being made a little bit late on that. The Reaper is already halfway across the map. Luckily for Timbo, this is the largest map in the map pool, I believe. Altitude. Frosty, snowy map. And here comes the Reaper hopping on in. There was no chrono boost, I think. So, this Reaper gonna get at least 1 probe. Can it get 2? Looks like, yeah, 2 pretty easily. Timbo gonna pull the probes, but B-Breed a little bit too good to get surrounded. Stalker does finally show up a bit late to the party, losing 2 probes there. Reaper gonna get out. Pretty good opening here for the Terran player who is expanding behind this. He does have his factory with the tech lab up and running. No tanks on the way. Bit of a misstep there, but going to be producing Marines 2 at a time, and in fact not going to be making tanks at all. It's going to be a Cyclone. Cyclone very good for anti-air defense in case like an Oracle flies in, or maybe even a Void Ray, but we do not see a Stargate here for Timbo, so the Cyclone not going to be too useful for now. They did get a bit of a change in the most recent patch. Before, after you get their upgrade, they do bonus damage versus armored. Now they do bonus damage versus everything, but it's just going to be a little bit less. Warpgate going to be finishing up here for Timbo, and this is a major problem with Timbo's play. He doesn't really make units. He's got that 1 Stalker, but that's it. He's got 4 gateways, but he's not making anything out of them. Now here comes B-Breed with honestly pretty small army, but it might just be enough because Timbo doesn't have anything. He sees this army and he still only warps in 1 Stalker. They're warping in another one at a time. Down they all go like dominoes? I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but look at this. All his army units just falling. No battery on the defense, no cannon on the defense. Huge error here by Timbo. Potentially losing the game to 4 Marines and the Cyclone. 2 more Marines are going to be showing up. They're going to be depowering these units up here. Timbo going to be trying to warp in some more stuff back at home. but he is on the ropes right now. Might need to pull the boys to get this defense going. He's got the money, but what is he waiting for? Use this Robo, use your warp ins, do something, Timbo. He's just losing the game right now. Nexus gonna go down, and this is quite an anticlimactic game for the first game here. And, oh, maybe Timbo can get the cleanup. B-Breed at least take out the Nexus. Oh my god. Some missed targeting here for B-Breed. Honestly, he was in prime position to win the game already. If he takes out that Nexus, he's in a beautiful spot. But as it stands, honestly, things are not looking too bad. I thought it was over, but Timbo's got 37 workers. He's on 2 bases. And B-Breed, well, his economy kind of poopy right now. But he does have a sizable army advantage. But let's see how far that can carry him. Once again, an old habit of B-Breed, just kind of hanging out in the middle of the map, and does often get him caught and punished. Probably won't be seeing that right now as he does move on out once again. But Timbo, not out of the woods just yet. Needs to remember to spend those warp gates, those warp ins, and he is getting stuff out of that Robo now. He is researching +1 attack. He does have charge done already, so that's going to be huge in this upcoming defense. 3 siege tanks, pretty significant, but they're not siege. Timbo being very cavalier, just charging on out. Does take out 2 of those siege tanks right off the bat, but 1 still standing strong in the back, holding down the line. Is that going to be enough? It does have a battery now, but this pylon very exposed. It is going to get taken out. That means +1 attack going to be delayed. This 1 siege tank, an absolute hero, just shelling out damage in the back there. Timbo, a lot of money in the bank. Warping in 5 more zealots. And there's the unsiege. That might have been the time, but this is a slow warp in. Finally, those zealots are ready, and in they go, but target fire kind of awkward there. Does pick off that 1 tank, but another tank here to back it up. Once again, this warp in is slow. I don't know if Timbo is aware of this mechanic, but your pylons need to be closer to the Nexus to get the fast warp ins, and GG gets called. B-Breed is going to take down game number 1 after all. Alright, welcome back, folks. This is game number 2 in this best of 3 series between the blue Protoss Timbo Slice and the red Terran B-Breed. Pretty good showing in that first game by B-Breed after being gone for quite some time. Looks like he thought about making a very fast refinery there for a second, and then thought better of it. That was a little odd. And now he's going to be making that refinery anyways. That's still quite early. Don't really usually see it before the supply depot gets finished, so kind of curious to see what he has up his sleeve in this game. And And Timbo going for the low ground wall once again. You're usually going to be pretty safe to do this as Protoss against all matchups. You do run the risk of, dying to any crazy cheeky rushes, but generally, standard versus standard, this is totally fine. B-Breed getting the barracks in his base, nothing too crazy there. But he is mining off of 2 gases already. This is very early to have a double gas. So B-Breed gonna be going for some kind of cheeky tech-heavy strategy here in game number 2. Timbo gonna need to sniff this out. We don't really usually see a scout out of him until he gets the robo facility and the observer out. So gonna be playing in the dark, most likely is Timbo, our Protoss player. Now the barracks is done, factory on the way, and I would expect after this factory to see a very fast starport followed by a fusion core for those battle cruisers. See if that comes to fruition as the first Reaper already halfway across the map this time. Stalker being produced in a timely manner, chrono boost on it as well, so this Reaper might get 1 probe, but I don't really foresee any more than that. And in fact, he does not even go for that 1 probe, opts to save the Reaper instead. I think he could have gotten that probe, but it might have cost the Reaper its life, so a good decision, I suppose, preserving that Reaper to fight another day. Cyclone is on the way in that factory. No starport follow-up. This is a lot of gas once again, and gotta reiterate. It doesn't even have full mineral saturation here, 11 out of 16. So very strange. We do see B-Breed floating about 400 gas. Not really sure what that's all about. He's making a second barracks over here at home. Timbo, once again, going for the Twilight Council, going for charge first. I do think charge is a very important upgrade in PvT because you want those zealots to be able to close the distance and get in on the tanks. Nexus going to be finishing up here. B-Breed going for a bit of a poke with the Reaper and a Cyclone. Kind of an odd little squad there. Reaper did get picked off. The Cyclone with 69 HP. Nice. 3 Stalkers gonna be enough to push that back for now. With optimal micro, the Cyclone could technically win that fight, but I don't think B-Breed really wants to spend the time and energy to do that. Robo facility on the way here as well. Back at home, B-Breed has commenced his tank production. Second tank popping out right now. We do have that starport finally. So it looks like not going to be battle cruisers, at least as an opening. Still kind of curious why he got so much gas. 400 gas is still in the bank right now. The minerals looking a little bit dry. But he is going for a lot of factory units for now. Could start more tanks maybe. But that initial Cyclone, 2 tanks, did require a little bit of gas. Back on the Protoss side of things, pretty standard Protoss stuff. This warp gate seems kind of late. 5 minutes in. I'm not really sure of Protoss timings. This feels late, but maybe I'm wrong there. And he is producing Stalkers slowly out of the normal gateways, so that is gonna actually hinder these 2 turning into warp gates. Not the hugest of deals, but something to consider when you're playing Protoss. You don't want to start units like that too close to when your gateway warp gate technology is finishing. So we see this zealot should not have been made. Just cancel that. It's going to warp into a warp gate. You can spend that as a regular warp in. In comes the Observer. Does B-Breed see that? Moving the Cyclone out to maybe intercept it, but no scan going down. Not sure what that was all about. Kind of weird little movement there. Does he have energy? Maybe that's the problem. No energy for a scan. Does drop the scan. Take out that Observer. Really good heads-up play by B-Breed. But uh-oh, unsieging his tanks. And it looks like that was a false alarm. Timbo not actually going for the attack, but that could have been huge if he went in there while all the tanks were unsieged. Cyclone fighting a Zealot, almost losing there. But that does give Timbo the alert that B-Breed is coming in for an attack. B-Breed with a slight army advantage, however, tanks very powerful. Another Observer gonna be poking on in to see what it can see. The Cyclone very close to death, but still can cause some havoc here. B-Breed sieging up very close. Needs his Marines to help protect his tanks. Losing one right off the bat, losing the second one pretty quickly as well. But this third one got a lot of shots off. And now these Stalkers in full retreat. They do go back into the protection of the battery, so B-Breed gonna back off for now. He does have the upgrade advantage. I missed that 1-1 already for the Marines. Combat shields finishing up, so these Marines gonna be super strong right now. And Timbo, gotta be careful now. You don't want to get too reckless with this defense. You don't really need to force the issue here, but maybe it would be a good idea to go in before the tank. And kind of an awkward move there. I don't know what that was. Weird blink. Tank is not sieged, but there's just so much Terran here. That was probably a bad decision. Once again, Timbo retreating to the safety of his battery, and no Immortals. That was an absolutely huge mistake there. He had that Robo for a long time, and no Immortals on the field. Only the first one being made just now. Timbo still has full vision of this, so he can pick his fights, but he is trailing in supply quite significantly. B-Breed dropping a scan, gonna be choosing his battles. Timbo deciding to go now. Big blink in, and he's gonna lose everything. GG, B-Breed taking a 2-0 victory. Welcome back, folks. This is another best of 3 between the same players, just a different race. Out of this man, the Blue Zerg, his main race, it is Timbo Slice. And rocking the orange this time, the Menace. The returning prodigal son It is B-Breed. So TVZ this time is going to be going up against Timbo's main race. This should favor Timbo quite significantly, but who knows? First series at PVT honestly wasn't very close at all. B-Breed with some swift, decisive aggression, and Timbo just crumbles. That's kind of Timbo's MO. He kind of likes to macro up, get on to rebase saturation, ignore his army for a long time. He does that in ZVT, ZV everything, honestly. And he does that with his Protoss as well. He can sometimes get away with it as Zerg because he can just, on a whim, make a bunch of units at once to defend. But as Protoss, you gotta spend your Warpins because you can't really bank them up, and that does get him into trouble. B-Breed going for that same opening, low ground, supply depot and barracks. Reaper gonna be popping on out. And relatively fast command center behind this. Timbo with a fast expand, as is the norm, out of Zerg. And where are the Lings? Lings? I don't know if they were late or what, but no, actually I think that was a normal timing. Reaper comes in to see the Lings and probably not going to be able to get too much. Gets a single Ling, which is actually already decent. Optimal micro on both sides. It should be a stalemate. But losing a single Ling there is a very minor victory there for the Terran player already. Now, the third being very late for the Zerg player is potentially a bit of an issue. Now, if B-Breed were a little bit more on top of his game, he would be monitoring those locations and would deny that. But Timbo does get to drop that down. 2 Marines. I'm gonna go Overlord hunting, but it looks like this guy should be pretty safe above this cliff. Very pretty little scenery here. This map, Babylon. Very nice little map. Lots of colors. Look at this guy. Hello. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Hi. Back at home for the Terran player. Just gonna be going for Bio and 2 Hellions. Now, we do remember that B-Breed had a very strong Zerg killer build. And does he remember how to do it? Is he actually even doing it? He does tend to get a couple mines as well. I think a medevac or 2 and then an armory so he can morph those Hellions into Hellbats. So we'll see if he ends up doing that, but the Overlord does spot most of this. Let's see if Timbo gonna have the proper reaction. He has been making a lot of Zerglings. Probably a little too many, as we see the worker count a little too even. 29 to 27, that's not good as the Zerg player. That's probably going to be favoring Terran just a little bit because he has mules, of course. And B-Breed with his signature no rally on his units there. But we do have a bunch of Marines. We've got some Hellions in the mix. First medevac on the way, and there's that armory in production. No Widow Mines just yet. Timbo, well, he's got a lot of Lings, but I don't know if that's really going to be enough. Now morphing in 9 Banelings. That can be the equalizer. Gonna need some good connections on those, though. Keep in mind they are still slow as the layer only just starting. So here comes B-Breed. A lot of potential in this attack. Let's see if he can find the fight. Baneling's going to be waddling forward. This Reaper actually picking off a single Baneling. That is pretty good. Here comes the Marines. Baneling's kind of waddling forward, but decent pre-splits from B-Breed. Pulling back. Excellent splitting, to be honest. All the Banelings are down, and there is still a good chunk of Terran units. Scan going down. Going to be cleaning up some of this creep. That's going to buy Timbo just a little bit of time to shore up his defenses. 36 Zerglings on the way. 4 Banelings in production, and that's going to be it for the Banelings. Those Banelings need some good connections. Can he find them? And here comes Timbo. He looks like he should have enough units, but can he? And yeah, the surround is good. We do have Widowmines in the mix now. Big connection on that. 9 Zerglings going down. He still has 2 over here. It looks like the infantry just not quite enough. Another big connection. That one not that good. 2 kills there, but GG gets called anyways. Not sure if that was really necessary. I think he still could have played it out, but anyways, GG gets called. B-Breed gonna take game number 1 in the second best of 3. Welcome back. It's game number 2 in this series. Another rough start to the series for this blue Zerg here, Timbo Slice. And good start for our orange Terran, B-Breed. So once again with his patented Zerg Killer build. Getting another scalp on his belt for that. I don't know if that's the correct phrase, but I hope you know what I mean. And yeah, that was honestly a little bit unexpected. Timbo, he has been playing for the past few months. Meanwhile, B-Breed hasn't. So I was totally expecting B-Breed to falter. But just like riding a bike, you never really forget. Anyways, game number 2 in the second best of 3, this TVZ. B-Breed gonna be making his wall in the main this time. Has been doing it on the low ground and all the other maps. Timbo gonna be going for hatch first, as is the norm. This map gonna be Rezvan. I don't really know if I'm saying that right. Don't know what it means. But nobody knows what this means. It's provocative. Gets the people going. Another nice looking map. Some nice little color. Some red leaves. Some green leaves. And, well, I guess those are the only 2 color leaves. Huh. And no little Ewoks this time around, I don't think. Maybe they're hiding somewhere. Here comes the first Reaper. We've got a factory behind this. No attachment going down on this barracks. Usually you do want to make like a reactor. As I say that, he does start that, but a bit late on that if he was intending to swap it over. Reaper gonna be coming on in, and could have intercepted that drone if he was more on top of it. Delaying that third would have been absolutely huge, but Timbo perhaps, well, as I say that, he drops it down anyways. I was gonna say a little bit too focused on the micro, delaying his patch anyways. This Reaper getting very low, but still getting yet another Zergling there. 2 Zerglings down. Reaper stays alive, so pretty good Reaper once again. Perhaps a little too focused on the micro though, as B-Breed did get up to about 400 minerals at one point there. And once again, looks like the Zerg killer build once again. 3 barracks. Reactored factory. I would expect a starport within the next few minutes. And there it goes. And Timbo gonna be getting his Baneling Nest. 10 Zerglings in production on top of his already existing. I don't know how many that is. Not good with numbers. Okay, give me a break. But that does mean Timbo's economy gonna be hurting. As we see 22 drones to 26 SUVs. He should never be behind the Terran player. So Timbo gonna need to find some damage here, but there's no wall here from B-Breed, and Timbo has full vision of this, so maybe that was a calculated choice, but a little too many Hellions perhaps, but not if you can find a single Hellion and Marine out on their own like this. But these 3 Hellions with good control should be able to clean this up just fine. Now, that was a little bit questionable out of our Zerg player. He had the Baneling Nest. I'm not sure why he didn't go for some Banelings. And he does have the vision of this Overlord. So a little bit questionable, that play. It had potential, but I think the execution was lacking just a smidge. Timbo has droned up to 40 now, and the Terran machine has just been chugging along. A little bit of supply block. That's going to delay this push quite a bit, actually, as we see so many units cannot start being produced. That delays the medevac, those Marines, and in fact, this medevac still heavily delayed. That's pretty big. Now, this Overlord still spotting everything. Well, almost everything. And Timbo, this time around, can he manage to defend this build? I think he should have the tools necessary. The layer is done this time around. Can start that Baneling speed. He can start Overseers. And he has caught up in the economy quite nicely. Gonna need to be pretty solid on this defense. He does once again see everything, so he sees this move out. Looks like he's just gonna go for a counterattack. Very interesting choice there. A bit of a miss rally there for some of his Zerglings, and in he goes. He's gonna run in with everything. That's gonna be absolutely massive. Going to force B-Breed to turn around. 11 SCVs goes down, and Timbo gets out. Sometimes he wedges himself deep in the enemy base and loses all his units, but not this time. Gets out with most of his Zerglings. 11 SCVs did go down, so Timbo establishing himself up excellently for the mid-game. Just needs to defend. The creep spread looking pretty good. One criticism I have is queen count kind of weak. Only 5 queens in total. Here comes the attack from B-Breed. And actually, pretty decent. Timbo kind of chasing off creep a little too far. And, oh, he's once again going in. That was very bold of him. Just wait for your reinforcements. Timbo making this more difficult on himself than it should be, but as those Zerglings come out, I think he should be just fine. Another criticism I have, that Baneling speed never started. That lair has been done for quite a while now, and if he has that Baneling speed right now, I would say this game is completely over. Good bait on that shot with that one Zergling, but there are two more Widowmines out there. So you still have to be very careful as the Zerg player here. Widowmines super frustrating to play against, but here comes Timbo going for the big Baneling connections, and they are good enough. Marines kind of just walking into that last one. And looks like this push just about going to be running out of steam, or is it, as the reinforcements kind of regrouping here. And Timbo don't really want to be chasing off creep. Oh, narrowly avoiding those Widowmine shots. And how has the injects been? Looks like he's been pretty on top of it. These queens not floating too much energy, but Timbo with a lot of money in the bank. I wouldn't mind seeing a macro hatch, maybe a few spine crawlers, some static defense, because really all you gotta do is defend. And yeah, B-Breed doesn't really have a backup plan after this. It has no third in sight. His main is starting to run dry. Natural not going to be too far behind, but this push still going strong. And Timbo, and he keep up the defense. Actually, B-Breed has been pretty good in reproducing his workers. And here comes Timbo. Okay, not really going to commit just yet. These Banelings, no, don't want to run in. And oh, here he goes. This is gonna be the fight, and some okay connections on Widowmines, but that's not gonna be enough. It looks like a handful of Marauders here in the front for some reason. Not sure why they didn't go down. Not sure why they didn't take them down. But this defense looks like it's gonna be good enough. And well, B-Breed, not gonna call it just yet, but yeah, look at what he has back at home. It's not a whole lot. No third CC. Main definitely running out. This little changeling gonna be spotting the army before it expires. But Timbo has been committing very heavily onto defense here, so we do see his work count not quite as high as it really should be. Of course, B-Breed has been behind on that for quite a while, so Timbo has been mining more. Of course, he's on 3 bases, but B-Breed going in once again. Also worth pointing out that B-Breed has 1-1 upgrades versus Timbo's 0-0. His own 1-1 only just now starting, so Timbo not going to be out of the woods just yet. Army value going to be favoring the Terran player. It's all going to come down to the Banelings and the Widowmines. Timbo, I think he needs to set up a flank. These one-angle engagements are not gonna cut it. Just run like half your army around this way. Maybe send some units to cut off reinforcements. But oh, that's a big Widowmine shot, and that was absolutely massive. Oh my god, 36 kills on that Widowmine. And oh, another 2 pretty decent shots. And I don't know, can B-Breed actually pull this off? He is getting that 3rd base now. And Timbo Can he still hold? He still has the worker lead, but this Terran army is relentless. This aggression from the Terran player. Going for that +1 armor. If he could snipe that off, that would be pretty big, but not burrowing his Widow Mine. And of course, he does not have the Drilling Claws upgrade, which he never gets. The fast burrow would be so huge, and I wouldn't mind seeing a transfuse on this. You do not want to lose that. It looks like that upgrade is going to finish on up, and that 1-1 is going to be pretty huge. B-Breed still has the advantage there because he has +2, but finally Timbo doing something with his units, cutting off reinforcements. But hold on, you don't want to... Whoa! Okay, coming in from the back, kind of awkward there. You want to come in from both angles, so that was a very strange move. I was about to say, like, cutting off his reinforcements, setting up a flank, that would have been great, but just coming in from another single angle, very awkward there. This time, Timbo gonna be going for a full-on counterattack. That's Widow Mine. Oh my god, taking out all the Banelings there. That is huge, and Timbo gonna be losing his entire counterattack force here. He does force most of the Terran army to pull back, but look at the supply, 123 against 81. How is this happening? More Lings going to be losing their lives there in front of his base. 3 Mutalisks showing up just to die, and GG gets called B-Breed with another 2-0 against Timbo's main race. What's up, y'all? This is the third best of 3 of the evening. It's going to be a ZVT once again, but it's going to be a different Zerg this time. It's the green Zerg, Yellow Jello, going up against the Terran in the orange, the one who has slain Timbo in the last 2 matches. B-Breed. So, on paper, Yellow Jello is a little bit worse than Timbo. I think he is maybe like Plat 1 or low Diamond 3, I don't know. But he has very good fundamentals. He drones pretty well. He spends his money pretty well. He doesn't usually get supply blocked too badly. He knows his unit counters. But where he falters is the unit control. We'll see if that comes into play this time around. As B-Breed going to be opening up with the low ground supply depot and barracks. And a single gas. Yellow Jello with the fast expand as is normal out of a Zerg. We'll see if B-Breed decides to go for that Zerg killer once again. It has already notched 2 deaths for him. Let's see if he can get another one. Spawning pool gonna be finishing on up, so first queen on the way, speed on the way. Pulling out of the gas. You do kind of want to return that gas before you start mining minerals. That's wasted 4 gas there. Not a huge deal, but first Reaper taking the field. Gonna start harassing some drones. Decent micro out of Yellow Gel, turning those into spore crawlers, but that does cost a little bit of money. So it is better than losing the drones, of course, but not free. Queen gonna pop out, and that is gonna shoo the Reaper away, who did get 1 kill, just a single Zergling, I believe. And B-Breed, once again, looks like he was floating a lot of money. This wall is completely bonkers. I do not know what's going on here. This is absolutely ridiculous. Overlord gonna poke in, gonna spot this.
Finally, evolution
Maybe,
process
yeah,
successful.
spots this
20
weird wall.
came
Like,
to
why would
help
there
us
be a
more.
reactor there? Why would, yeah.
Add-on
So,
complete.
if Yellow Jello were so inclined, he could go for something absolutely crazy, go for a Baneling Bust, and honestly, I think that would work. But don't think Yellow Jello is usually the type to go for something like that. And of course, his Baneling Busts do typically look very, how do I put this nicely? Terrible. They're terrible. Anyways, third base on the way for Yellow Jello, and it does look like B-Breed gonna be going for that Zerg killer build. Overlord gonna be floating on in, gonna be spotting these 2 barracks. Not a whole lot else. I guess he spots the 2 gas, but that's not very surprising either. Doesn't spot any starports or armories, which is only just now coming down. And Yellow Jello, he does have a handful of lings. Gonna be sending 1 across for a bit of a scout. And creep spread could be better, but it looks like he is starting to chug that along. We do have, what is that? 3 creep queens. And not really. What is going on with this drone rally? Like, where? What? Why are drones coming from here down here and drones coming from up there to... huh? I don't know. What? I am very confused at what we just witnessed. Layer about 75% done. +1 melee on the way. And I think actually Carapace is a little bit more important against Bio because Marines shoot so quickly. And here comes B-Breed. 6 Hellions leading the charge, going to be clearing up some of these creep tumors. And Yellow Jello calling his pants down just a little bit. Can he buy enough time for his reinforcements? But it looks like he's just going for it. That's a little bit crazy. Yeah, you just lost all your units, and well, these reinforcing Lings and Banes are here, but I don't think that's really going to be enough. And once again, going for the fight before his units are ready. Going to get some decent connections with the Banelings, actually. That's going to take out most of the frontal force, but there is still a lot of Terran in the back here. Not sure what those Banelings were doing, but these Widow Mines going to get some big connections once again. B-Breed with the excellent Widow Mines, and oh, okay, not gonna fire those times. And nice baiting out of Yellow Jello. B-Breed looks like his attack has been stifled. It looked very dicey for a moment there, but looks like Yellow Jello is almost out of the woods. B-Breed still got a small force here, but I don't think he can really press the issue any further. It needs to think of a transition, and well, that's not much of a transition. He's just doubling down, it looks like. Getting another barracks, getting double engineering bay for the 1-1 upgrade. Not going to be getting a third base. He is just going pedal to the metal here. But Yellow Jello, his economy is booming. With 53 workers, he's getting Hydras. It's interesting. I don't hate it, but I do think you need a little bit more time to get the Hydra engine running. And oh, the Widow Mine! Oh my god, huge connection there. 22 kills. And Yellow Jello kind of just pulling the trigger. I don't know why. Losing a lot there. But B-Breed also losing a lot. Looks like kind of a stalemate for the moment. B-Breed will be poking in once again. Another huge Widow Mine shot. How does he keep getting away with this? And now the Marines stimming into the third. It is open season on the drones there. That's going to allow Yellow Jello to push out and clear up some of the Widow Mines, but this third going to be going down. 13 drones going down as well. It does look like most of the Terran forces here are going to go down. This one medevac. Oh! Wow, going for a very ambitious angle there, going straight down. But now, I don't know. The tech is going to be favoring the Zerg. Of course, he does have a handful of Hydras. They do have a +1 attack. He has 1-1-1. And it looks like he got... Did he get speed? Hydra speed before range? Interesting choice there. You usually see it the opposite. But now Yellow Jello going for the counterattack, and I'm not too sure about this. He doesn't have his grooved spines yet. That gives his Hydras +1 range. Only a few Banelings here, but looks like B-Breed wasn't really ready for this. And those Banelings are going to connect pretty nicely. Widow Mines doing more harm than good right now. B-Breed forced to pull the boys against the Hydras. Going to be losing a lot of SCVs here. And where are his units? It looks like he doesn't have any. Just a handful of Hydras going to be able to snatch this game up for Yellow Jello. Welcome back. This is game number 2 in this third best of 3. We are looking at the main base of the man currently up 1-0. It is the green Zerg player, Yellow Jello. And failing with that Zerg killer build in the last game, it is the Teal Terran B-Breed. Who asked WTF, there's a gold base. Yes, there is a gold base. Well, not really a gold base. There are gold minerals here, which open the way to a potential third. And yeah, there's no actual gold base, but that is probably what he was referring to. This map, Neo-Humanity, it is an interesting map because, as mentioned, there are those gold minerals you can open up, and there are these rocks in the middle, these collapsible cooling towers. You can break these down to close off this entrance. You can also take out these rocks to, well, open up paths. And there's also these towers here, which you don't usually see come into play, but they are there. Openings pretty standard on both sides. Fast hatchery from the Zerg. Supply depot on the main for the Terran. Reaper on the way. SCV in position to drop down that command center. There it goes. And we will wait and see how this game shapes up. The first Reaper gonna be popping on out. That is the first thing to keep an eye on. How is the defense from the Zerg? How is the micro from the Terran? Coming on out now. First two Lings already on the field to defend, so we're going to be seeing that little dance. Good little pullback from Yellow Jello to save that weak Ling. And it looks like both players just going to disengage. Back at home for the Terran player, he is, looks like, doing his usual thing. We've got a factory missions on up, gonna be swapping that over. And a second barracks. That command center is, what? That's cute. He is floating that over so it's a little bit closer to the rich minerals. That is interesting. I don't know. I've never seen that before, but I guess that's not bad to mine out the gold a little bit faster. But unless you are planning to take a very fast third, this just kind of opens you up to more attacks. And maybe B-Breed doesn't fully understand this map. He has been away for a while. It's likely his first time playing on this, so there's that. But he does mine out those gold walls. And when is he gonna notice? Because now these SCVs are just kind of chilling, and he is gonna lift up and go back to his proper spot there. Overlord gonna be flying in, going for a scout. Yellow Jello going to be opting for this more outward third base. Not going to be mining out his gold minerals just yet. And B-Breed, this lack of a wall is a little bit concerning to me. He is starting one over here, but there's a second opening out here. Overlord was not in a safe spot there, and looks like it is going to get picked off. Where is the safe spot? Maybe in this cluster of buildings? Not really sure. I wonder what these buildings are. Do you think they're like residential? This kind of looks residential. Maybe there's people living in there. I don't know. What's going on here? But that's kind of crazy. Imagine if you live in this building, there's just a war going on outside. Jello sending out a single Zergling over here for some scouting. You see that there's nothing here, but it's not too crazy. Another Zergling over here monitoring the exit. And I don't know what's been going on, but Yellow Jello's worker count not that good. Only 39 right now. He is going for the Hydras once again. He's got 1-1 on the way. Bane speed on the way. A lot of gases. A little too much gas there, although this one not being utilized fully. And here comes the aggression out of B-Breed. Burrowing his initial Widowmine, gets a shot on the Queen. That is the best case scenario for Yellow Jello. The Queen does not die to at least a Widowmine shot. He's got to be careful engaging this. And Yellow Jello going for maybe a kind of a surround. What are these Lings doing? What? They just ran past the other units, but now going for a surround coming from both sides. A little bit off there with the timing, but it looks like it will, well, not really work out fully, as B-Breed with some good micro of his own, wedging himself behind the minerals there. Now he is pressing forward. Only Queens here so far, and Yellow Jello streaming in with Zerglings. Is that going to be enough? I think he should have morphed some more Banelings, but it might just be enough. Looks like there's not enough Terran on the ground there, so once again, pretty clutch hold there out of the Zerg player. B-Breed forced to back off once again, perhaps regroup, maybe? But a few Queens kind of getting ahead of themselves. B-Breed standing on creep in full vision of his opponent. That is not ideal. This medevac venturing forward into the firing line, also not ideal. These Lings, I thought they were going to clean up that Widowmine, but I guess not. Looks like Yellow Jello in prime position once again to hold off this aggression and potentially steal the game. Does have his 1-1 upgrades. Hydra's starting to take the field. Still not doing anything about that Widowmine. Not quite in vision. B-Breed still standing on creep here. Very bold. Just slowly sieging up with his Widowmines. Does trigger one with a single Ling, so good job there by Yellow Jello. Offering in some more Banelings. Lings in production, that Hydra range, and he's just going to pull the trigger, coming in from two sides, and it's going to be good enough. Yet another cleanup from Yellow Jello. Very decisive there. Wasn't even fully set up with all his Banelings, but just going for it, and that is going to secure him a 30 supply lead. He's on 3 bases. B-Breed trying to set up his third now, but can he even survive the counter attack? We will have to see, as Yellow Jello, what is he doing? The Zerg units here kind of just crowding around this cooling tower. And alright, now he does readjust there. And looks like this Zerg attack gonna commence. Gonna send a handful of Zerglings to trigger the Widowmines. all three of them do fire, and in come the rest of the Zerg swarm. That Widowmine got an absolutely money shot, 23 kills, but does it matter? I think not, as the Lings, the Banes, the Hydras are just going to town on the Terran third. Down it goes. 5 SCVs going as well. And Yellow Jello is going to continue the pressure. We have 1 tank on the defense, going to be dealing a lot of damage before Yellow Jello decides to pull back. Could potentially go for a different angle at that location, but we do have a small drop here, but Queens and reinforcements should be enough to take that out. On the Terran side of the map, his wall has been breached, and GG gets called. Yellow Jello going to take the 2-0 victory.